Hello, welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today, is the GhostStrong Roller J-Cup worth the price or is it overpriced? Stick around to find out. At the end of the video, you might have a surprising answer. All right, so first of all, what is a roller J cup? So a roller J cup is designed to roll back and forth. So whenever you're setting up for a heavy lift, especially, so if you're doing heavy squats, right, maybe heavy overhead presses, or maybe a heavy bench press, it can get your weight centered. Especially if you have a wife that likes to re-rack the weight on one side. Not that I know one. So overall, this is for somebody that realistically wants to lift heavy weight and wants to make sure that they're centered every single time, because I don't know about you, but any time that you put the weight back on and you got to try to slide it over in a traditional J cup, like I have here with these Rogue Sandwich J cups, it can really be an annoying task to try to get that centered again. All right, so when it comes to the design and the build quality overall, so GhostStrong was a company that got purchased or bought out by Rogue. Now, the quality of Ghost was pretty strong, obviously, and then Rogue made some updates to the GhostStrong Roller J-Cup as well. So if you look in here, there's two different philosophies when it comes to rollers. So you can see mine's got a little bit of use there as well. But what these are called are return rollers. So I'll give you some B-roll of that, but anytime you put the bar up against here, it drops and it'll roll forward, right? So that's a unique design, and it's one that some love and some hate. Some people just want it to sit there. They don't like to have it roll forward and kind of get stuck in place. Personally, I've kind of enjoyed it returning to the front, and then I can easily center it. Another thing that's pretty key on this design as well is if you look at the UMHW plastic on like the backstop area, it is pretty tall, so you have a pretty good landing zone for when you are striking against. So if you got a heavy set, let's just say you went to almost to failure, and you rack the weight, you can rack it pretty high and then drop it down here, right? Obviously, the welds are great. We have robotic welds going on here. And then UHMW plastic is all over the place, right? So every place that counts, every place that matters, it's pretty much accounted for in every regard. Now, for me, I have a Rogue RM6 Monster Series, obviously. So I have that 3x3. They also offer it in the Monster Light as well. And I will say for me, when comparing it to my Rogue Monster J Cups, the fit on the rack is actually a lot more snug, and they don't tend to roll around too much. Now, they're still pretty easy to lift up, take out. Um, but as far as the fit, they're pretty snug on the uprights, which is really nice. Attention to detail. So the tolerance on that is pretty tight. All right. So when we're talking about the build quality and design, there is one thing I will say that it's a premium product, premium design, everything's premium about it, except for, and I don't know if this is just like an homage to Go Strong or if it was just another way to cut costs, but if you look here, I like this design and everything, and I love it. I'm kind of like Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. We did all of this work, and then we slap a sticker on there, right? So, a laser engraving, maybe not laser cut even, but at least like a laser engraving, I feel like would be something that would just make this attachment just a little bit better, make it feel a little bit more premium, especially for the price that you're going to be paying for it. Overall, though, my goodness, this is, I think, the best roller J cup that you can get on the market. There's a lot of small fabrication shops that are making these. I would love to test a lot of those out. And I haven't really had a lot of roller J cups, but I can't imagine that it gets much better than this. All right, so realistically, why do you buy roller J cups? Well, in general, you want to center the bar, right? So you're really going to feel the benefits of this kind of attachment for someone that's going to lift heavy, right? So for me, especially the bench, right? If you're lined up on the bench, You can rock it back and forth. You get it nice and centered, especially when you feel centered on the bench and everything else, and the bar is off center. There's nothing worse than trying to do like a 315-pound bench or more, and then your bar is not centered, right? So ideal uses, definitely heavy lifting, but also I know we like to lift heavy weights, but we don't like to do the hard things in between sets, right? We don't like to waste energy. So even when you have 135 on the bar, 225 on the bar, whatever weight on the bar, it's just nice to have it centered, have it exactly the same for your form and your technique every single time, right? So overall, I think this will benefit those of you that are power lifters, right? So bench, squat, those two movements specifically, this is going to help you out a lot. It's going to keep your form consistent. It's going to keep the bar centered for you. And then it just kind of alleviates that extra little movement that you got to do and that extra setup that you have to do in between sets. All right, before I go over the options and the pricing, if you like what we're doing here at the Bar Gym Reviews and you like these deep dive videos, please like, please subscribe. And if you see anything in the video that you might want reviewed, maybe see something in the background or the periphery, let us know by commenting, and then that could be in my next video. So let's talk about options, right? I'm going to talk about the Monster Series specifically. There is a Monster Light version that starts at $205, but these, for the Monster version, start at $245. Now, the one that you're seeing here is not the $245 version. I actually upgraded for an additional $100, which my wife is learning this live behind the camera, so she's giving me a great look. But for $100, so let me bargain with my life here, what you get is you get color matching the rack, or whatever color really you want here. But for me, I wanted everything to match, right? I wanted the navy blue, the dark blue. I wanted it to match. So that obviously matches. Another aspect that is different with the $100 upgrade is the stainless steel pin that is there as well. And I'll show you, but my 1-inch sandwich J-Cups that I have from Rogue, they've kind of got marred up and a little bit beat up over the years, and this seems to be an easy solution to not have that marred up and look kind of bad. So overall, is it worth the price is what you're going to ask, right? There is even more additional cost if you'd like. So for me, if my camera wife can come in here, I have this composite roller, right? So the composite, it's a plastic roller. As you can see, this is about a month of use. It's gotten pretty eaten up by my Rogue Ohio Power Bar. So you can get a steel roller. Now, for me, I really, at the end of the day, like if this breaks down way too much, I'm just going to buy another composite roller, which is $55. The steel one, it sounds like online, I don't know from experience, but it sounds like online that can eat up at your knurling on your bar. And I don't know about you, a $400 bar versus a $50 roller, I'm going to go ahead and pick my barbells and keep them in pristine condition. So if it eats this up a little bit, I'm not too worried about it, right? And I don't think you should. So I don't think it's worth the extra purchase, the extra $20 to get steel rollers. So overall, is this thing worth the price? Is the GhostStrong Roller J-Cup worth $245 or even $345 or even more when you get the steel roller added in there? So for me, if you are a person that lifts heavy weight, right, or weight that is hard to adjust back and forth, especially if you're a power lifter, I would say this is something that would definitely be worth a look and maybe worth even a purchase. Now, you could save the $100. You could get this in just the normal black, with the black pin here, and then maybe your life will be spared from your wife or significant other. But for me, I just really wanted to match. So if you're a person that wants premium quality and a premium product, you definitely have premium quality and product here. GhostStrong was a tremendous company, and since Rogue bought it out, obviously they've upscaled some things, but the quality still remains here. Functionally, it works very well for a roller J-Cup. All right, so let me know in the comments, is this overpriced? Is it overhyped? Is it worth it? especially if you're going to spend the extra $100 to go up to $345 for the GhostStrong Roller J-Cups. Another thing, if you like what we're doing here, smash that like button. And then again, if you want more deep dives and more in-depth content review for gym equipment, especially of the premium variety, please subscribe to the channel. I plan on doing a lot more of these. And also, let me know the merch. Should I sell merch? Leave it in the comments, right? I had some wonderful people make this for me, and I think it looks great. But would anybody even be interested? I'm not really sure, right? So leave a comment and let me know. So again, if you like what we're doing here, please like, please subscribe, please comment any equipment you might want reviewed. Do you want the merch? Do you want to cop the merch? Please let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.